Hi friends, Emily here at the Coloring Oasis. I'm a day or two behind getting out this video, what I colored in November 2022. Unfortunately, I didn't get as many done this month as I normally would because, 2 days before Thanksgiving, through the 3-day weekend after, I'm busy with either Thanksgiving or decorating for Christmas, which takes us about literally 3 straight days of exhaustion. And then into the next week. So I missed, a good 6 days of my coloring. So I left a lot of my pages white in the backgrounds. I didn't get to a lot of my backgrounds, which is fine. I don't do that often, but sometimes it's nice to just see a nice white background. Also, I didn't want to take much more time getting together the names of all the artists for my Etsy printables. So I'm going to show them to you, and then I'm going to list the links below and the artist names when I post the video. So I have Etsy printables and I have coloring books, mostly autumn, fall, and a few leftover Halloween. And I got started with 2 Christmas ones. So this is one of my Etsy printables. Again, I don't remember all the artist names. Sometimes they say on the bottom, like this one is J.M. Leotti, Leotti. And I definitely will link them below. So like I'll call this one, Dragon Castle or something like that. This one I used entirely my Prismacolor Premier markers. I just did this one up pretty quickly. I wanted like this basic night sky and this fiery sort of orange dragon. So I used the brightest colors for these 2 mountains. There are 2 different hills. I used 4 different Prismacolor markers. And a little trick is to start with 4 similar shades in the same, darkest to lightest, dark, and then work your way lightest, and do that for each of the 3 mountains. So you see, it starts with the dark and works its way up. That gives a nice little shadow where the mountain split. I used my neon greens here and these gorgeous different shades of red for her hair, 3 different shades of red. So this one is was left over from Halloween, I guess. It's more fantasy, but something I did really quickly and just a quick sit down, but I loved how that turned out with all the bright colors. And yeah, I didn't use any pencil or anything else, just the Prismacolor Premier markers. So next I have one, which is done by one I cannot read because it cut off below. I do not remember. Another Etsy printable. This one was a fantasy one. This one was done entirely in my Winsor Newton alcohol markers. And I used Crayola Gel Metallic Sparkle Pens. They're basically gel pens, but they're metallics and they're the adult sort of Crayolas. So I did that entirely. You can see here on her crown. They are really popping with sparkle. I did it on her eyes. I did it on her jewels, part of her dress, this necklace. All of those are Crayola, and this entire top. Her top was a red metallic Crayola gel pen. That's the Crayola Signature Collection adult gel pens. The rest was all the Winsor Newton, the hair, the bird. I love the Winsor Newton markers. They're just so dreamy and nice, smooth alcohol markers. Great colors, very natural. Oh, and I put some of that, some stickles that I spread it out with a paintbrush on her nails. But yeah, this was a real grayscale one. Very basic gray I did in the background and brown on the trees. Beautiful medieval hair. I really liked it. Nice fantasy theme. I just can't remember the names of the artists, and I was going to spend like a half an hour and go and look them all back up. I just wanted to get this video done, or I was never going to get it done. So this is my medieval gal with the crow, which I will list that link below. Next, I do know who this one is from because it says it's Lana Green, my gorgeous Indian girl. I was gonna start out by doing this brown alcohol in the background, but I just decided it really pops out being white, and it makes her skin really pop out, and these gorgeous autumn leaves. I did all of these in my Copic Chow markers, So, unfortunately, I started out with a yellow skin tone, which was too yellow. So I tried to go over it with this other brown, and I couldn't fully cover it up without making her skin look almost black, African-American. So that's the best I could do. So it does have a little yellow tinge to it. But I did these turquoise beads. I think they look pretty realistic. I did blue, but I just kind of splotted it on with a marker and left white spots. So it looks like the natural white in turquoise beads. These gorgeous oyster shell earrings I did again with some of the gray and light pink Copics, kind of the warm gray, so it has a little more brown tint. And I really went over the lines here because originally I thought I was going to cover up that background with brown, but I didn't. But I thought she was really pretty, and it just pops out nicely with the white. Could have had better luck with the skin tone, but oh well. And I did put some of that Crayola sparkle pen, the stripes on her, was it a kimono or something to that effect? Pure dark brown and black marker in her hair as well. But I thought I had to have at least 1 or 2 Native American pictures for November, for the month of Thanksgiving, since really that is the part that everybody seems to forget when it comes to celebrating Thanksgiving. All right, next I have another one. I don't remember the name, but I did show this in a tutorial with my Cretacolor Mega Jumbo Giant pencils. I can link that video below. It's where I did the box opening of those gigantic fat Cretacolor pencils. This all was done in the Cretacolor pencils, except the mushroom cap. I used some marker here. But yeah, I used like 3 or 4 shades of those Cretacolor pencils here, the whole hat, this leaf, the bow. I did half marker and half Cretacolor on the butterflies to make it easier. And I was going to do the background again. I didn't have time, so I thought it looks fine white. It really just pops out and shows how amazing those pencils are. They are very like buttery. They go on almost like a crayon. They blend really nicely. And this is my Nina paper. What did I write here? Oh, that was a poem. Never mind. But nothing related to the picture. So yeah, I don't remember the name, but I'll write that down in my cornucopia witch hat. I did mention who it is, though, in my video when I use this picture for my tutorial. And if you'd like to check out those pencils, check out the link for the tutorial. Next, I have another leftover Halloween one I never finished. And again, I don't remember the name. And again, I left the background white. Cute little witch girl. Very basic here for this. Again, I use my Winsor Newton markers and some very cheap ABEIR alcohol markers on Amazon. And then I used my Tangit gel pen set to do these jars in like a metallic. And I just colored everything in there with little markers. I wanted this was a dark black sketch grayscale. I wanted popping lime green for her hat to kind of contrast the red hair. The navy and black hat, and the pot is in navy. Nothing spectacular here. I wouldn't even have I couldn't even figure out like what color I would do the background if I wanted to. So I just left it blank. Sometimes these portraits, I mean, just leaving it white in the background, it really showcases the portrait or what you wanted to color. And again, I apologize, I can't remember the artist's name on this one, but it was another Etsy printable and lots of fun to color. Next, I have this one, which was from the Hannah Lynn's Patreon, I believe, for the month. Her skeleton ragdoll. I'm sorry, scarecrow ragdoll, not skeleton. I was very disappointed. I started out with the skin, and it's like I couldn't figure out what color would you make a ragdoll. It's kind of like, if it's like a stuffed ragdoll, they're kind of like tan cream color, and it just smeared. I used a kind of a cheap alcohol marker. It smeared all over. I didn't like that. So I at least tried to put an effort into my gorgeous corn with different yellows, the 4 shades of blue in the hair, and the hat, and the pumpkins. I did several shades, but yeah, the skin was just a real flopping disappointment. But overall, I think it worked out. I think I used just like my Spectrum Noir markers. When I don't have as much time, I do a lot more marker work because I can get more pages done faster, and I don't even bother to touch or do shadows with pencil. These are all shadows with just different darker markers. You can blend and get shadows too. Same with her eyes. Yeah, so you know, nothing spectacular, but that was from Hannah Lynn's Patreon. Next I have another leftover one from Halloween by Cindy Nielsen. This was an Etsy printable. Have done the background again. I don't know. It's like the dirt was all gray scale shadowed. And it stopped there, so I didn't think it appropriate to go out, and then I would have to bring the gray sky out. I don't know. I don't even know why I did the pumpkin green, what I was thinking. I don't think I was thinking. I was just tired of doing yellow pumpkins. Skin had a little too much yellow tone. I did put yellow makeup though all around her eyes. I tried to give the leaves the fall colors. Very basic Spectrum. I'm sorry, Shuttle Art alcohol gray marker for the background and the dirt. Copics for the skin. Quick, easy. Took me like 40 minutes to do this picture. Very boring, and you know, once I started, I was like, I'm not impressed. I'm bored, but I gotta finish it. So I did, but I kind of like my green pumpkin. It's nice to see a different pumpkin than orange for a change. I'm like so unimpressed with my work this month, you guys. There are some I do like more. I'll get to. There's another one I don't like at all. Whose the name I don't remember. That I don't even know why I started this one. It's not really. I guess I thought it was kind of fallish for November because of all the leaves and the foliage and the color theme I went with. I kind of envisioned like a Tuscan decor theme with the, you know, the terracotta colors and the olive green and the purple. But then I just like got bored of it. And there's so many little details. And I started grabbing markers left and right. And I didn't have a plan. I just put in whatever I grabbed, like the pink and yellow and like a turquoise grass. Like none of it made sense. As it started out great. Her skin, which left a lot of the pencil sketch smudge. I tried to make it very whitish pale, almost like Renaissance-ish. I was happy with the dress, the terracotta background, the leaves, but then all this other detail just got on my nerves, and I just wanted this picture over with. It just was taking forever, and I almost didn't even finish it. It's like I would have forced myself because I don't want to feel like I wasted any time. But I don't know. It was different. It looked really great in the sepia, which it was sepia when I started. Oh, like a great, yeah, it actually was, yeah, it was sepia, I think. But, again, another Etsy printable. I will, right below, this is my Renaissance Deer Hunter, I presume, since she has a bow and arrow. Okay, now I have 2 Christmas ones I did pump out in the last 2 days just to get started. Again, one I don't like. Okay, I'm going to say that one. Let's do the one that I do like first. This one I love. It's by Lenka Filoninko. Absolutely love it. It's on the much longer paper. This is the Copic marker paper, which is bigger. So it's like you can see the difference here. Let's line these at the top, but you can see it's like that much longer at the bottom. Almost where I can cut some off. I did love this one. Now, keep in mind, I have a brand new video I'm going to release in a day or two with another full flip throughs and box opening of another international Etsy package. 3 more brand new books from Lenka Filoninka that I just got, including her tarot, her holiday seasons one, and her fairy one, and some freebies, and by the same artist, and I'm going to show those in a video. I did another one a few weeks ago where I got the first few books, which included like her beautiful dancers and stuff like that. So anyway, I did here my Ohuhu gel glitter pens for the ornaments and for these bells, and then put in some, just realized there's some white spots I missed. Now zoomed in, I put in some marker here, did the glow here with kind of the stormy sky. Snow, I just did like 2 different blues and then like a light gray and kind of alcohol marker and kind of tried to blend it. So I do like this on the white background for sure. This ribbon makes it really pop out. I didn't quite finish it. I want to go back in with a pencil over the ribbon. I feel like it looks a little sloppy. That's actually an eggplant color, but I think it should be like black or something. So I am going to go in and finish that. But yeah, this really got me in the mood to get started for my holiday ones. This was actually an Etsy printable. One more Etsy printable. One a Christmas one. Very black sketch style. Yes, I'm just so disgruntled with some of my work this month. Not happy with this one at all. I used a way too peachy skin tone on her. You see so many of the black sketch lines. And I don't really like this pencil sketch art. I realized that that's the artist style. You just can't get rid of it. It's all in everything. I was able to hide it with this gorgeous purple dress. And of course the evergreen color, and her hair I'm the most proud of. It's super pretty. It's like 2 shades of orange, auburn, like and red and brown, and I just blended it all up for this really gorgeous hair, which I think looks super pretty with the dress. I just didn't really like anything else. But again, I rushed this. I did this one in like an hour or less, you know, like I just wanted to get in a couple more pictures before the end of the month, and I just pumped those out really quick. So this will be my red-haired girl opening present. I am going to go back over these little trees and stuff with Prismacolor, I think, to make it look better. So I'll link this below. All right, let's get into my books. I mean, it may still seem like a lot, but compared to what I did last month, it's just really not. I'm going to start with Easy Fall by Joshua Dunbar. This was the first picture I did for the month of November. Absolutely in love with it. It's my gorgeous fall coffee shop. Love this book. This easy coloring. So many cute pictures. I was so proud of this. This is very like Hocus Pocus Village style or something. Use my favorite Ohuhu markers. All my many different sets. Excuse me. Did the 3 colors of blues for the sky. The red brick, the red with the brown brick. You know, I didn't do the greatest job bringing light into the window. It wasn't very natural. It's too yellow. And I love my orange sign. My little coffee cups. I tried to use the whole fall color theme with the blustery wind and the blue sky and a crisp fall day. But I still loved this picture, and it was so much fun to do. And there were so many other pictures I wanted to do in here because I love this book. Great way to practice your beginner skills. Test new mediums, things like that. So I will link this book below because it's one of my favorites. I'll link all of these books below so that you can check them out if you like for Amazon. Of course, I did a picture in the gorgeous new Fall Vibes by Deborah Muller. I need to pull my camera up just a little. Just a little. One, I wish I could have done more because I love her stuff. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Love her. Believe it or not, this whole picture took me only half an hour. It was another one I didn't have a plan. I just went for it. I started with the hair. I wanted like a pinkish red hair. And then I went in with the green shawl. Started grabbing pinks. And then I went in for the yellow hair and the leaves that kind of matched her bow. And brought the eye color and the shawl color together. Brought some of the wool's color into her makeup here. Just tried to kind of tie these colors together. Super easy baby blue background, single alcohol marker. I don't even remember what I used. I'm almost positive it's probably my like 280 Shuttle Art alcohol marker set, because I use those most for backgrounds because I don't care if the ink runs out. Yeah, could use work, but I thought it was very happy and soft and feminine and uplifting just to look at it, in my opinion. I just noticed most of my work this month isn't very fancy. I was just in a, I'm not going to think about what I do and just do whatever I want kind of a mode this month. I did a lot of detailed work for October. A lot of pages, like 30 of them. I don't know if you saw, but if you haven't checked out my What I Colored in October video, there was a ton of stuff. Here's my Coco Wyo Witches book. Again, one I wanted to do that I never got to in October. Wanted to do this beautiful witch hat, and I wanted to do something that had a black and maroon background, which I did dark gray black and brought the red inward with these yellow and green leaves. Thought it'd be really pretty, like nice popping colors with the like little cornucopia hat and the butterflies and bumblebees and birds. Just a nice nature picture. What did I use on these? I don't remember. I think I probably used my Artex, ARRTX alcohol markers. I'm almost positive. I did very little pencil work this month. But anyway, gorgeous leaves. I love my leaves. I love blending leaves with different greens and yellows and alcohol markers. So that's Coco Wyo Witches. One of my favorite books. I did one in here last month. Okay, in case you want to check out my October video. All right. You want to see what I did in... Do you want to see something I liked or didn't like? I'll show you what I did in Creative Haven's Autumn Charm. I did have an autumn picture I hadn't finished as well. There's one I haven't finished I don't want you to see. Don't look, see. No looky. No cheating. Did this one. Happy Thanksgiving. Not my greatest work. I spent probably $2,000 in art supplies this year, and I've been wanting to use up all my old crummy art supplies to get rid of them. So I've just been trying to use those up, like these really cheapy looking lime green leaves and orange. Just use my really original old basic cheap like Amazon ABR markers and the ones, the made in China ones that have generic names that were like $20 for a set of 80 or so, you know, something like that. They're really cheap ones I've been using just to finish some of these up. So I did do this one. This one I finished up from last month. I hadn't fully finished it. Had some details to do on the pumpkins. And I did finish this one as well. Again, very, very cheap mediums I used for this one. This one I finished up from October. I started last October. I just finished some of that, and this one's not done yet. So not a lot of variety, because when you use just nothing but the same markers and all those pages, they kind of all look a lot the same, in my opinion. All right, I have Coloring Book Cafe's Autumn Bliss, one of my cute books. I do have a video of all my autumn and fall adult coloring book collection where I show all my different Coloring Book Cafe autumn books. Tons of them. I actually really like this picture. Amazing. I'm not being so hard on myself. I just love the royal blue background with the yellow and orange on green on top. So pretty. Love it to death. These are all Ohuhu markers. Did some shading with the markers and the pumpkin. Tried to make the pumpkin different colors like it would be naturally. Same with the leaves, different shades of green. So just a solid blue marker. You can just, if you have in, you like, actually the solid blue background was not Ohuhu, just the rest was. This was my shuttle art. You can just take your inexpensive alcohol markers for solid backgrounds, because it doesn't matter if you run out of ink on those. I would not do full backgrounds with like Copics, your Prismacolor Premier markers, your Blick markers, you know, anything expensive like that, I would not do full backgrounds on. But buy yourself a super cheap set of alcohol markers from, you know, China or Japan or whatever, just for backgrounds. Like $20, you can get a big set of them, and just keep throwing them out as you use them. You know, it's totally worth it, in my opinion. All right. This was the first time I've ever done a color by number autumn by Color Questopia. Not sure what I think about it. And I cheated. Like it said, you know, these are all 5s for orange. 5s, but I did several shades of orange because I didn't want all one shade. I thought it'd be boring. These say all 21 for lilac. but lilac is, there's different shades of lilac. It's lavender and lilac, so I just did different shades of lilac, rotated them. Tested out my browns here. I don't know. I missed a petal or two. Whoops. I didn't love it. I don't like how you can see the numbers through. That bothers me a little, but I you know, it was kind of fun. Just know that you can, like where it says peach or yellow, there's a zillion kinds of yellow. You can do 5 different shades of yellow if it says yellow. You know, you can have some flexibility, or you can just do solid colors. But this is Autumn Patterns, and it is a very nice book. So I am going to put a little more effort into doing another couple of those, you know, maybe next year. 3 left. This is my Autumn Mandalas by Camellia Angelkova. Did not do a background on my only mandala I did for autumn. Just did this one right before my Christmas pictures. I never had time. So I love my sunflowers, and I loved these really emerald leaves. Wasn't real thrilled with Scarecrow. I did his face too dark. It should have been more light tan. Like my red birds though, and my pumpkins. I just didn't know what to do with the background. Like nothing seemed right. There's a lot of white space, and the thing is, I packed away almost all my art supplies, you guys, to decorate for Christmas. Boxes and tins and bins full, and all my pen pastels and gelatos are packed away, you know. So it's like I didn't get to do all those details earlier in the month, and then I save them usually till the end of the month, and then I packed my stuff away. So I only saved like a few things out to do for my Christmas pages. So like I can't really find them now. They're in the garage in bins somewhere. Oh well, because I don't have enough space for all my Christmas stuff and my gigantic art tables and art tables full of coloring supplies. All right, 2 left. I did this one by Coloring Book Cafe. Cute Autumn, another super adorable book. Really cute book. This is one I was going to do. I didn't get to it. Love this book so much. I did do one here. I don't know why I did like a pink tie-dye background with lavender. I have no clue. Not very autumny. This was just another example of one where I did this, but I had all this space to deal with. I didn't have my pan pastel, so I grabbed a pink marker and tried to use up some old markers. I mean, it's not bad. I love the bluebird on the pink. Yellow looks nice with pink. There's some details on the cups. Yellow squash. I mean, definitely chipper. Not real autumny, but love this book, and I had fun doing it. Sometimes you just have this month where you don't care how your pages turn out, you just want to color. So that was how my month is. And this is the last picture, which is, of course, Jade Summer's Kawaii Girls. 4 books in 1. I have one I want to do for Halloween. I never got to, so I did that early November. Just this one. I'm so critical of myself. Like, I totally botched my white Posca pen on the ghost here. It's all crunchy, and I ran out of paint pen halfway through, and I was trying to like spread it in the spirit to make it reach, and it just looks terrible. But I love her black Brett, and shoes pop out, and the pink. I love this book because it's like a light grayscale. Where's the one I did for October? That's this one I did for October. You can see in my other video. But, yeah, this is just a light grayscale book, and it even has, I just realized, Christmas, and it's Christmas! Yay! I can do some Christmas pictures! Let's see, what do they have? I need to keep this out and do a couple Christmas pictures. Oh my gosh, I love that! Gotta mark it. I'm gonna have to do this one. I forgot this has Christmas pictures in it. We're at Christmas now. I'm going to mark this page and do this one. So that's really it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I promise I'll have a lot more Christmas pages, and I can't guarantee I'm going to have as much of my fancy details as I've had in my previous month because, again, most of my art supplies are packed away except for my Chow's, my Copics, my Prismacolors, and my Winsor Newtons, and my gel pens. So like I don't have any of the detail-y stuff I do in most of my other stuff. But keep an eye out for my other Lenka Filaninka flip through I'm going to do in a few days. And I have my giant Black Friday haul video coming up. More stuff I got for Black Friday, which I guess I could use some of that stuff because that won't be packed away. Thank you so much, and I will see you in another video.